Sale, sale and more sales. It's a season that never ends.
There's definitely more sales now.
I love the sales. That's what you look out for.
It's nice to see something a lot cheaper than it normally would be.
Retailers are turning to rolling discounts to encourage customers to spend as mid-year sales start early.
What we've seen is that some retailers have started those sales a little earlier than normal because they're obviously trying to stimulate sales wherever they can to get customers inside their doors.
The King Living mid-year sale is on now.
Even higher-end retailers like King Living are advertising sales heavily.
We have about the same number of promotions that we have. We've just made sure that they've expanded over more product categories.
David Woolcourt says it's a much tougher retail environment as customers shop around.
The best way to describe that is it's been sporadic. What they are doing is they're taking their time, they're getting many quotes.
He says although his business has been resilient, industry-wide it's the slowest growth since the GFC.
So I have seen this before, albeit earlier in my career. I just haven't seen it quite as prolonged.
Last month, retail spending almost flatlined, just 0.1% higher. Clothing and footwear took the biggest hit, down 0.7%.
In fact, all the discretionary retailers are particularly doing it tough. They're seeing their sales actually in decline, not flat, and that's of great concern.
Hello. Good to see you. The industry boss says the only categories doing okay are sporting goods and cosmetics.
Yeah, do you have promotions and sales?
We're not really on promotions, even the Christmas.
This is typical of a retail recession where we see people spending money on cosmetics to actually update their look without updating their wardrobe.
The retail industry is the nation's biggest private employer with a lot of businesses and jobs on the line. And while subdued demand is better news for inflation, consumer prices are still running too hot for the Reserve Bank. The Consumer Price Index came in at 3.6% in the 12 months to April 2024, hotter than the consensus forecast of 3.4%. That means hopes of several rate cuts anytime soon have all but evaporated.
It might mean that the Reserve Bank won't be delivering rate relief until later this year.
The problem for the Reserve Bank is bringing inflation down without tipping the economy into a recession.
The RBA is probably between a rock and a hard place when you consider the data over the past week, including retail sales yesterday, because it shows that consumer spending growth is sluggish.
Everything is too expensive. I can't afford to buy a house with these interest rates.
I'd hate to be a young person going into this society and this world. It's just challenging.
Look, the best retailers will weather the storm, but what I'm always concerned about is small to medium-sized businesses that don't have the margins to see out these tough times.
And for those who weather the storm, an uncertain winter of rolling sales ahead.